Hello, everyone. Ian and Leona here. Another day in Los Angeles. So, I spent the entire weekend just having my PTSD triggered over and over and over and over again. First, it was the woman who stood in my doorway. And as I always say, as a victim of military sexual abuse, my PTSD is sometimes a distortion of reality because it's highly improbable that all women are out to get me, all women are looking to either rape or sexually abuse me. But improbable is not the same exact thing as impossible. I have been sexually abused by women. I have been sexually assaulted by women. To me, women are sexual predators, and that's just how they stay in my mind. Is every woman deserving of that? No. But this is where we are right now. This is what I have to deal with. Coming outside my room today, there were two women going to their room. I had to stand there with my camera on because I said, I don't want to be in another situation where it's, can I get as close as I can possibly to you? Can I do that? And then try and talk to you? Can I do that? It's like, no, you can't. So they went to their room. I mean, people do that. It's not a matter of asking permission to do so. It's like, no, no, you go to your room, I go to my room. That's how things are. And I guess the lesson of that is, do you really want an apartment where you're stuck there for a year and these people are going to try and be friendly and try and get into your good graces, try and get into your apartment? Or do you want a house where you can at least say, this is my property, get the fuck off my property. I didn't invite you here. Now that's a little bit harder to do. And it's even worse because they're trying to trick me, protect me, and trick me at the same exact time. You see, this is what happens when you live in America, where it's for the greater good, it's for your own good, these little PTSD events, so that they can manipulate and steer you in the right direction. The right direction for them is not always the right direction for me. The right direction for me is to confront these issues, to speak about them, to say it out loud, because I'm not the only veteran that deals with military sexual trauma. I'm not the only veteran that has to deal with PTSD. I'm not the only veteran who looks at the people in America and says, I've already been betrayed by this country. I cannot look at people and say, no, you're just an innocent person because I don't know you and I don't trust you anymore. When I was sexually abused by the United States government, a government agent, a federal agent, sexually abused me. Not a regular citizen, a federal agent, someone who's supposed to uphold everything that is good and decent and lawful, decided to commit a crime, decided to abuse their power, wearing the American flag. I cannot look at women or any American the same exact way. We have broken trust between us. Just because I can't trust you doesn't mean that I wish you anything terrible. Why? Because I fucking live here. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I say fuck you, America. I still want America to be there the next day. but we're going to have to reestablish ground rules because this idea of we're just going to play peekaboo with you is not going to fly with me. And no, I'm sorry. You don't get to tell me what to do. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to speak on this issue. I'm going to speak on this issue of American security and how houses and apartments and hotel rooms and public places in general are not safe spaces. Every veteran that has been convinced to sign on for a VA loan or to take out an enormous loan on themselves in order to get into a house has just been bamboozled. Bamboozled because that's not safety. Safety is a good, decent, honest community. And if you are not receiving a good, decent, honest community when you walk out that door, then you need to go and find that. That woman waiting outside in my doorway, just conveniently to brush by me and talk to me. She could have easily had COVID. She could have easily had a weapon. So let's not pretend that these Americans are above using germ warfare to attack an indigenous person. They've done it before several times. It's who they are. They're just terrible people in that way. So let me speak on this issue. Let me explain that I do not feel comfortable signing a lease, signing away my rights. Does that mean that I will never sign a lease? No, of course not. Does that mean that I'm going to have to be on my guard for every goddamn woman on the planet? In a way, yes, but in a way, it's also why don't I just qualify good, decent women instead of being placed in a situation where I have to either fear or hate them? Because right now, I'm dealing with strangers and expecting strangers to hurt me instead of saying, yeah, but there are strangers who don't have an incentive to hurt you. Either way, these are the things that I have to think about because I'm a rational person. I'm a very rational person. The idea that my space will never be invaded by a woman is a bit of a pipe dream unless I'm going to get a house. And with a house, it's even worse because you're stuck there. You paid for it, you're stuck there, and you're going to try and treat it like a castle, but really, it's a mausoleum. Castles only make sense when you have a bunch of people in a castle. You don't have a castle by yourself. A castle by yourself is just a mausoleum. I have to build this better community. I have to encourage other Americans to just wake up and realize that you don't have to live in an unsafe city, state, or country. You have to speak up and say, no, crime doesn't happen in my neighborhood, or I'm going to find decent people that I can trust. Start there. Start there. Find one decent person. Now, despite everything that I deal with, I have to let a woman into my place in less than a couple minutes here because she's got to come and clean this place, and I have to be polite about it, and I don't want to freak out. So I'm gonna skedaddle, let this woman do her thing so I can have my space back. My name is Ian Iliona. I'm an environmentalist, a human rights activist. I'm a mutant, I'm a werewolf. I am a veteran with PTSD from military sexual trauma, and I talk about it. I don't suffer in silence. I used to. And I know a lot of veterans, they do that. They suffer their PTSD in silence instead of saying, am I the asshole here? Or, gee, some of my feelings are valid. Maybe not all of them, but some of my feelings are valid. And I have to respect that. And I have to respect that other people might have feelings too. I'm an adult. Even though I have PTSD and everybody wants the veteran with PTSD to scream, and it's like, no, no. There's a time to scream, and then there's a time to stand your ground and say, if you put your hands on me, there's a problem. There's a problem, which is why Amtrak cannot fucking say shit to me. Because that woman put her arm around me, I didn't punch her in the face like I was supposed to, because it's just she didn't put her hand on me, she put it around me. So I screamed. That's what you do in that situation because it was highly inappropriate and it felt off. Trust your instincts. Veterans, I have to talk to you, whether or not you have PTSD or not. If you have a gut instinct that there is something wrong, trust it. Sometimes there will be consequences. For me, it's I guess I don't ride on trains anymore. But then I also put that fucking bitch's photo on every fucking podcast that I did. I put it on the internet because if this woman is a federal agent, if she got paid by the United States government to do that, guess what? I blew that for her. I blew that because she disturbed a veteran who was trying to read. I was reading a book. I was being nice and boring. I was counting the 10 because I was super stressed. And those motherfuckers dropped me off in Seattle instead of my destination. So, yeah, like I said, if you have a gut feeling something is off, trust it. Speak to the appropriate people because that's exactly what I did. I spoke to the train attendant, I spoke to the federal agent with the badge because I said, this does not feel right. Is this woman Muslim? Is she speaking in a foreign tongue? No, she seemed like a regular American, but regular Americans don't behave like that. That is an American that to me felt a little suspicious. So you speak to the appropriate people, you videotape it. Veterans need to trust themselves because it's your life on the line. It is your life on the line. You don't want to regret anything. So be heard, stay present, document everything. I hope to see you on the next podcast.